Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is me, your girl BrittReacts, and I feel like I have to deliver some sad news. Uh Austin is leaving HomeFree. He posted a video that says why I'm leaving HomeFree. So let's see what he has to say for himself because why?
Well, y'all, here we are.
Here we are.
It's a brand new day. It's a day that, a younger me would have never expected to see or find, but we grow, we change,
That's a fact.
we find where the universe, where God wants us to be, and where we're meant to be. And for me, that is home. Building a family
Oh,
with this beautiful woman. So, yes, I am leaving home free. There are so many comments, so many questions. We're going to do our best to address all of those. We're going to be going live in just a couple days. Check out all of our socials for that so we can really dig into this a bit more.
Yeah, and answer all the questions that you guys, I'm sure, have.
Absolutely.
But
one can assume this is his wife. Obviously, they're a beautiful couple. He's got such a nice Southern accent. I've never heard him like speak. I've only ever heard him sing. A few just things. First of all, their house just seems like so humble and like regular. Like you think people who are famous or whatever like live in these grand houses, and their home just seems like such a homey home, and I love that. I guess I can assume she has some type of social media presence that they're addressing this together. I love what he said about growth and change because I think it's true. And I just said, oh, because I'm like, okay, he's not leaving to like start his own career. He's leaving to go start a family with his wife or maybe girlfriend or fiance. I don't know. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's a commendable thing when you can step away from like maybe a dream of yours or something you've been doing for a long time to pivot, and especially to pivot and take that sacrifice for someone you love, I think speaks so highly of someone's character. So this just, I think for me, speaks to what type of man he is, and even more so why he belongs in the PDC, because he's a good man. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I'm interested to see why this is an almost 12-minute video and what role she plays in this, because like I said, like she's addressing this as if she also has an online presence. So fill me in on what I don't know in the comments, and let's keep going.
we also wanted to come here and just kind of let you hear it from him
Yeah.
slash
Straight
us,
from us.
because I'm here for moral support.
I want to say
Okay,
first
moral
off
support then.
that everything is wonderful. Everything is the best it's ever been in my life, and I'm so grateful. My heart is so full. I'm so fulfilled on a daily basis. I've learned so much about myself over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I have discovered something that I never thought I would want, which is to be home. I never knew
That's
what
beautiful.
home was as a grown man. We traveled so much and so often, and then we got a preview, a little peek of home life during COVID.
Yeah.
And
The dog.
it showed me so much. And getting back on the road was so much fun. And I'll always love shows. I'll always be in Home Free in my heart. Home Free and I are not done working together. I'm not done with acapella. All of that stuff is such a part of who I am. The band, my brothers. I love these guys so much. And what's amazing is that they love me too. And we want what's best for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that this is what's best for me. And having their support through this process is something that gives my heart wings.
Oh, it gives his heart wings. He's a poet on and off the microphone, y'all. I love this. I love just the realness, the transparency here. He's like, everything's fine. I just want something different, and that is okay. I think you can never really understand the life of an entertainer. And I've said this before in other videos, and the people in their lives around them and how much they sacrifice. First of all, being on tour is the most draining and fatigued, but also funnest thing you could ever do. And I did it in my like late teens, early 20s. And I can tell you then I felt fatigued. So I can't imagine doing it for years and years and years and years as a grown adult man who has a family, you know what I mean? Or at least a partner and a dog. I do believe there becomes a time where like you just have to either take a very long break or you have to just pivot. So I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's great that he's, acknowledging his brotherhood and that they support him and he supports them. I think this is, I mean, it's sad because I'm just like, how do you replace him? Are they going to replace him? Do you think they're going to replace him? Will they hold auditions? How does that work? Because I mean, in an a cappella group, like he has a place, like he has a place, y'all. Like they're going to lose a whole voice in their thing. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So like, how's that going to work out? And now it just seems like people know who she is because they love him, the wife. And so maybe she is not got an online presence, but she's just there for moral support, like she said. I love that he keeps looking at her and she keeps looking at him. Like you can tell they have a really loving partnership. Like it's really sweet.
It makes me feel like it's what I'm supposed to be doing internally within the HomeFree band and the entire organization. All I've received about this whole growing moment has been positive support and love. I'm so grateful for that because we've been talking about this for a long time. This is not something that happened all at once. I didn't wake up last week and go, I want to leave HomeFree.
I was going to say that, like, you can tell this was also a thought out, like, long, like, he probably took a long time, a lot of prayer, a lot of consulting, like, wanting to make sure this is the right decision. He strikes me as the type of man to think about everyone that it would affect. So I'm glad he said that. I think he's a really good person.
I didn't wake up last week and go, I want to leave HomeFree. That's not how this works. This is something that I've been working through in my heart with my therapist, with my spiritual and intellectual advisors for a long time, going, what am I actually searching for? What is it that I want?
What's your purpose?
Right? What is the biggest reason for this moment? I want to have a family.
He wants to be a stay-at-home dad
with my family.
Yeah.
And not have to change my life around when that moment comes.
Yeah.
Good Lord willing, right? Knock on wood. That we get to choose that moment. I want to be home.
The dog is like, I am your child.
How to have a livelihood just being at home.
That's beautiful.
That's not in the HomeFree, realm of how it operates at this point. It's been an incredible run for me. The band is still going to keep going, still going to keep touring. I'm really excited about the process of trying to find somebody, that can replace me.
He's going to find somebody?
It's a new thing, right? They're not going to try and do what I did. That'd be dumb, right? Like, that's not how this works. HomeFree is...
That would be dumb because then they'd have to come audition for the PDC. He's like, everything I'm like asking, he's literally answering. Am I the only one distracted by the pink light though? Because I'm just like, how does that work with the aesthetic of this home? This like fluorescent or neon like purple light is like so strange to me. I think this is beautiful. He's basically saying like, I don't want to, if my wife becomes pregnant, then have to scramble and figure out what do we do. I want to be home. Right? Like I want to already be home. We have a life established here and I'm not like the dad who's coming and going on the road. Like that's a beautiful, very selfless thing to do when you think about bringing a child into a life like that, right? Like a father who is not coming and going because he's a bad guy. He's working, but like how hard that is. You're missing moments. Your partner is solo parenting. Your child is wishing you were there. You know what I mean? Like it's such a selfless thing for him to think about that like that. And obviously, like he said, it's something that's been on his heart for a long time. I love this. As a queen of pivoting, y'all, and I don't act like I've pivoted the amount of times I've pivoted by choice. But I've learned to just pivot and ride with the wave and know that God has got me. And only ever have good things come from growth and change. So I love this for him. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Do y'all think he'll like eventually go solo? Like, Because, you know, he already puts out those like solo videos. So maybe he'll keep doing that. I do wonder, like, how do you then go from being a touring artist to making money? Well, listen, he's got a YouTube channel and he's got a lot of followers. So for those of you that don't know, there is a way to support your family here on YouTube. For people who love to say to YouTubers, like, that's a passive income, or you don't have a job. It's like, my tax return will tell you differently.
Changing and growing. And, you know, if you know anything about me, you know one of my favorite things in the world is change. I love it.
That's crazy.
Thrive on it.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like, I've not heard many people say that in life. You thrive on change?
I would be lying if I said that
She's so cute.
wasn't
Scared.
shocked and
Scared?
concerned.
And I'll take that.
A little scared.
Scared.
When you first kind of started talking about this with me. And
I mean, I would agree. I felt the same way.
yeah,
you know, it's like, am I really feeling this way?
there was a lot of conversations, but I do vividly remember the moment that I went, I get it. I get it. And it was when you became just so, just deeply emotional, talking about how excited you were to have a Christmas.
Oh, he's always been on the road performing, I'm sure.
That, you guys do Christmas tours every year.
And they're awesome. The credits are amazing. It's so much fun.
But
bringing
your
so much
Christmas
life and love
season
to everyone.
is running in on Christmas Eve and sometimes running out the day after Christmas and then continuing to tour.
Aww.
Sure.
But seeing how emotional you got talking about being able to put up lights and decorate the tree and go drive around and see all the drive-through light things that they do here in Nashville.
I want to be home.
Oh, they live in
I
Nashville.
almost cry thinking about it. I'm going to keep it together for you guys.
That was the moment that I was...
You can almost see like the little boy in his eyes lighting up. Y'all, this is a man who has worked through a lot of things. You can tell like that he is in tune with himself emotionally to be able to say that. Like, I just want to be home and have a Christmas, and that makes me emotional. You know, I think a lot of times men feel like they have to put up these walls and these facades, but to be able to say that and, you know, talk to your wife about it and talk to millions of strangers about it, I think just... He said he's in therapy, and I'm like, you've been doing the work. I can tell as a fellow therapy goer. I do it too, is what I'm saying. I go to therapy every week, okay? You can check my bank account. You can just see he's done some work to get to this place of being okay. And I'm sorry, but anyone who just says they love change, they thrive off of change, good for you, baby, because it's not me. I mean, I'm going to adjust in any way, shape, or form because that's just the type of person that I am. I will do it, but I won't do it quietly or without a kick and a scream, honey. So this just makes me like him even more.
Okay. I get it. This makes sense. And regardless of how we felt when we first started talking about it, I told you from then, and I truly and genuinely mean it, I will follow you till the ends of the earth.
No.
Whatever you want to do, I'm here for you.
Oh, it's like watching a wedding ceremony.
We are now.
And one thing I would like to address, and again, there's so much more to this and to what our plans are, and to all that stuff is coming. But right now it's just about connecting with you, the viewer, who's here with us now and is interested in this moment. Like, thank you for joining us on this journey. Because we don't know where we're going. We have a lot of plans, but I'm just going to let the universe continue to guide me exactly where we are meant to be. But this is my decision.
Okay, that's the second time he said universe, and I just would love to, let's take a poll in the comments. Y'all know I am a Christian believer, whatever you want to call it, and I just wonder, like, what are your thoughts on people who say they believe in the universe? It's like, well, what do you believe in? Like, that the actual universe is... Like, I just wonder. I saw this conversation recently on Instagram. I would love to hear you guys sound off. Like, are you a Christian? Do you believe in the universe? What are your thoughts, feelings on this? No judgments. I just think it's a really cool conversation to have because the second time he said it, but the first time he said God after he said universe. So I've read The Secret. Like I understand, I've read, half of The Alchemist. I never finished it. Don't tell anybody that. And I'm definitely a girl who's like, what's your sign? Like, astrology and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I lean into resort to God. And so I'm interested to know your position on it. Be kind, okay? Opinions are appreciated. Unkindness is not.
And to guide me exactly where we are meant to be. But this is my decision. There's been a little bit of kickback.
Really?
It's to be totally understood.
The fans are upset?
We've been such a fixture.
I said
so
the
many
fans
people
like I'm not
for
one.
the last 10 years. And so for me to be leaving that moment.
Yeah, because he
it's
feels
sad.
like the
It is,
lead
in
of
so
the
many
group,
ways.
right?
It's also incredibly hopeful and exciting, but it is sad, and I'm here to honor that.
Oh, he's here to
and I want you to
honor
know
it.
this is my choice. This isn't something. This was never her idea. A.
No,
B,
people are
I need you guys-
blaming her. Oh, I know that was getting him fired up. People were blaming her. That people can really just be hateful. It's like, how do you know what's going on in their home? And if it was her request, how do you know it wasn't warranted or she wasn't going through something? Like, what? Y'all have got to stop and breathe before you start with these Twitter fingers online. Really, sometimes I'm speaking to all of you watching this. Sometimes y'all got to breathe and think about the human being on the other side of that comment that you are spewing your nastiness to. Like, that is just so mean. But I will say he does to me feel like, if not the lead singer, a leader in the group. So I do get the questions of like, what's going to happen with HomeFree? I get that.
To respect her and stand up for her.
Tell her.
Because
Tell them.
there are so
Tell
many
them.
people, and it's
Respect
it's
my
maybe,
woman.
5% of, the
It's never a
thousands of
lot.
people, commenting,
It's so true.
joining the conversation here.
So true.
But Amberly's not Yoko, and I'm
Amber-
not John Lennon.
Hold on now. Hold on. First of all, I like her name, Ambry. Like Amber and like, I don't know, Ambry. That's pretty. He just said she's not Yoko. And y'all know I've just recently gotten into John Lennon. I've seen some of the comments and I know he was married to Yoko Ono. Did she make him leave the Beatles? Is that what we're saying? Oh, there's some tea here. John Lennon tea, not this tea.
But Amberly's not Yoko, and I'm not John Lennon. I'm also not done with HomeFree. It's just a new moment. It's a new incarnation.
She got
We have
emotional with
plans.
that.
There will be more
Wow.
music down the line.
They must have
I
been
will
saying
still
some really
perform
ugly
HomeFree
things.
upon occasion. But for the moment, I'm gonna
Not a
leave
lot. Y'all calm down.
home. You're fine. It's a big time for all of us. I've cried a lot about this.
You can tell it really broke
We
her
talked
heart
about
that
this
people were
with our
mean to her about
Superfans
it.
First last night, and they got to see me not be able to keep it together near as much because it's change is hard. It's also good, but it is hard, and I'm just here to share with you guys. I want to talk so much more about this, but I'm not going to ramble on because if you know anything about the two of us,
We will talk for
we
hours.
can ramble. But again,
Same.
I think we've decided that on Sunday, February 18th at 6:30 p.m. Central Time,
There was a
we're gonna go
live. I missed it.
We're gonna
On
try.
all the platforms.
We're gonna
that
do
we
our
can.
best to go on all the platforms. We might even get a buddy to come by and moderate the comments on all
Yeah.
three of them for us, 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it works, but I've gone live on a few. You gotta have multiple devices, and it's kind of ridiculous. But like,
Kind of.
why not go live everywhere at once? Because we want to talk to you guys about this. I want to share with you all the things that I'm so excited about. The
We know
music
change is
that we're excited
scary.
about. Tim and I have a lot of stuff still planned together. We actually just got an edit back of a music video.
Oh,
that him,
nice.
myself and Chatham and Louisa did. So there's going to be more music. There's going to be more life. There's going to be more content, more vlogs. We're really digging back into Beauty and the Bass. We have some big dreams for a while.
Beauty and the Bass.
Hospital, sanctuary, center. We've got all kinds of stuff going on, and I'm just excited to be at home and to build something. And to have a community, guys, because that's the other thing about touring so much, especially for someone who's socially the way that I am, the way that we are, really. When I tour so much, it's hard for me to build a community at home, here in Nashville. And now that we've been home a little bit more, I'm excited because, I'm feeling like, a person with a tribe again for the first time in ages.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know I was missing it. But like, just being able to go to my buddy's house,
yeah.
who lives a couple miles away, because I want to and have the time to. That's so good for my.
It's really wild to me how much of this I can relate to. I mean, my husband is a D1 college basketball coach, and we are in the thick of the season. And if you know, you know, all right. And I just had this conversation with my therapist about like how we don't live near our family, and that's hard to not have your community. So I can totally relate to this. And if you can relate to it, then you know exactly like how sometimes you just long for that. And I mean, he said they toured for like 10, 11 years. I can't even imagine like the desperation he has to just be still. I love how much they support each other. This is so fantastic.
My heart. And so I'm excited for you guys to see the growth. HomeFree's not ending. They're only going to become better. I'm excited for all the changes, the new music that they're going to be doing, the new directions, as well as the old directions, all at once. It's
we're
a good thing. I
eternally
promise
grateful,
you.
y'all.
This is what's best for all of us. I know that I couldn't continue in that vein and be happy and good to
Yeah.
people.
And then you
So
become a
we-
cancer in that.
They were
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
kind and so generous, and they took their time to really like dive in with Austin on how he was feeling and like what could be done. And it was a long road to reach the point where we are now. It is nothing but good vibes. They are our family. They will continue to be
Always
our
and forever.
family.
Oh, her ring is
And
nice. Look
we
at that
just
ring,
wanted y'all
girl.
to hear that from us. We understand change is hard. We understand that y'all are feeling a lot of different emotions right now, but we wanted to come here and assure you all that this is not the end of HomeFree or the end of Austin Brown or the end of the relationship between HomeFree and Austin Brown. We are one big happy family, and we're going to tell you lots more about that on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you want to come join us, we'll be live.
We'll be live.
Everywhere.
So tune in. We'll send out a
Aw.
link to the email list, or like links or just a reminder. So if you're not signed up for the email list, go to Austin Brown Music.
All right, this went on for 20 something minutes. Sorry, y'all. I just was really into this. I was shocked when I saw this pop up on my home screen. I'm like, wait a minute, what? There must be some drama. And no, it's the exact opposite. I think this was beautifully said. I think it was beautifully done. I didn't know they like vlogged and stuff. That's so fun. So it does feel like he has a really intimate fan base. He mentioned his super fans. So yeah, I mean, I guess we're starting a new chapter with HomeFree. I was introduced to HomeFree a year ago when I started this channel, and I mean, obsessed. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for the future for everyone. Just be kind, you guys. I hated seeing her get emotional when he like stood up for her, and it's like, first of all, he's a good man because he stood up for his wife, but second of all, shame on internet trolls. Like, y'all need to get some therapy. All right, well, I guess we got a lot of reacting to do in the future regarding this whole situation. So come back if you want to see that, and go and have the day you deserve. Bye.